What is going on, people? We're back.
Happy Saturday.
Man,
Oh
this
shit!
was quite the week. The ending to a week. It happened midweek, and all of a sudden we got no shows for 2 days, and then we got one for today. So Coy is still out. He's dealing with some illness in the family and himself, I think, too, because now he trying to run ragged, trying to take care of that. So,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
um, welcome, welcome to all who are here, to the Rumble crew. Welcome in. We make sure everyone's here. So far, nobody's on Rumble. That's okay. It'll catch up. I think we told him we were gonna probably do a Saturday, right?
Mm-hmm.
We did.
Okay, good. Um, we are on YouTube for the time being, simply because we missed yesterday. Um, but we're gonna address the strike that we got and how odd it was. But we'll get into the juicy details of it once we get off of YouTube, um,
We don't want
because we
Neil.
cannot say anything about it while we're on YouTube, because then we'll probably pick up another one.
Yep.
So it
Yes, Lynn,
works.
we're on we are on Rumble.
Yeah, we're on Rumble right now too.
But
Go
you got to
check
head on
out.
over there.
Go run over to Rumble. We got 4 watching on Rumble. I don't know how the notifications go on Rumble because I have never had to
It's a
watch
delay,
content
right?
on it. So,
It's a delay on Rumble,
yeah,
right?
there's a delay. There's a delay on all of them. But let me see here. I have to put my YouTube to public. Okay, let's do that so we can send some folks over to the Rumble in the jungle.
So if you want to watch us address the strike on our channel, you got to go to the Rumble because what's his face? Neil Mohan. He's
Yeah.
he's a prick
Yeah,
and banned.
and banned. And there goes our second
Man,
strike. Thank
jokes
you
on you.
guys.
Jokes on you, YouTube. We're leaving already. Screw you guys. We're going home.
Took our ball and head home.
Yep.
Okay, good. We got one person, 9 watching on it. So what we'll do then is to make it an interesting show on both. We'll start with the Joe Biden one. I think that one we can talk about for sure, and that will give people time to come in, and then we can just jump off and go straight to almost like 2 shows. One can stay up on YouTube, and one can stay down on.
Can't hear you.
So y'all know how we always keep telling everybody that everything is hidden in plain sight and you just have to know where to look.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of those instances.
Yeah, you have to listen. We always say pay attention to the words that are coming out of their mouth. They tell you exactly what they're doing. They tell you exactly. And like Jay said, everything is hidden in plain sight. You just have to listen.
And don't let dementia deter you from actually hearing what's being said.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, every time Joe Biden talks, I just cringe, man. Every time I just, you just want to.
Am I still
Ugh.
muted, by the way?
No,
No.
you're good.
Okay, I don't
Mhm.
know what happened. I wasn't muted on this end. So this was Biden back in August of 23. Okay, please listen. This is August of 23. This statement was made.
Look, before I begin, I want to say a word about the devastating wildfires that have claimed at least 36 lives in Maui and Hawaii. We have just approved a major disaster declaration for Hawaii, which will get aid into the hands of the people desperately needing help now. They've lost, anyone who's lost a loved one whose home has been damaged or destroyed is going to get help immediately. And I've directed that we surge support to these brave firefighters and first responders and emergency personnel working around the clock there, risking their lives. I just got off the phone before I got here for a long conversation with Governor Josh Green this morning. Let him know I'm going to make sure the state has everything it needs from the federal government to recover. The FEMA Administrator Griswold will be in Maui tomorrow, and I've directed her to streamline any process with requests for help. and survivors registered for immediate federal assistance without delay. FEMA is surging disaster assistance personnel on the island, and they're going to help survivors get access to federal assistance. And you know, anybody who wants to know out there where to go if this is televised, that they can go to disasterassistance.gov, disasterassistance.gov to learn if you're eligible for assistance. And I've ordered all available federal assets on the island, including the U.S. Coast Guard, the Navy Third Fleet, and the U.S. Army to assist local emergency response crews along with the Hawaiian National Guard. We're working as quickly as possible to fight these fires and evacuate residents and tourists. In the meantime, our prayers with the people of Hawaii, but not just our prayers. Every asset we have will be available to them, and they've seen their homes, their business destroyed, and some have lost loved ones, and it's not over yet.
But he didn't actually send any money over there,
No,
and
he
they
didn't.
didn't help actually at all, because even to today, there are people still in the throes of problems in Maui.
Yep.
Secondly, the PACT Act did not do any of the things he said.
Of course not.
The PACT Act was for the veterans,
That's right.
not for Maui. You see, once they put stuff up there, people will not go look. They just won't. He lies a lot, and this is what he does by nature. Now, with the recent fires in Texas, he showed up there and had this interesting bit to say. Hey, by the way, any of you two have your foil paper hats with you, by chance?
I can
Yeah, I
make
keep
one.
it. I keep it next to my bed.
Okay, keep it with your guns, because you're gonna need your tinfoil hats for this one, folks. Because quiet part out loud coming.
Hello, folks. Good afternoon. Before we start, I'd like to say a few words about the devastating wildfires that are scorching Texas Panhandle and northwest Oklahoma. Yesterday, one of the biggest fire events in Texas history, with more than 1 million acres of Texas land burned. From the start, I directed my team to do everything possible to help protect the people in the communities threatened by these fires.
One quick note to add. Notice the state that these fires took place. Notice the adjacent state, and please notice that Texas has been in the news for defying Biden. Okay,
That's right.
I just want people to understand that they've been in the news for defying Biden and the border issue, right? Okay, and now they're in Texas for wildfires. I want you to just keep those two in your mind for a specific reason, because he'll tell you why it's not coincidental. Again, not my words, the potatoes word.
In response to specific requests made from the state, we already have more than 500 federal personnel here working on fire suppression. That includes the deployment of 100 federal firefighters and more on the way, as well as dozens of additional fire engines, air tankers, small planes, helicopters to help fight the flames. And FEMA has already guaranteed that Texas and Oklahoma will be reimbursed for the cost of keeping folks safe. And we're grateful for the brave first responders risking their lives to save others. And we urge folks to listen to the warnings from the local officials, listen to them.
Like they
I've
did in
flown
Maui.
over a lot of these wildfires
Mhm.
since I've been president. Matter of fact, I've been in a helicopter in the west and the southwest and northwest, flown over more land burned to the ground, all the vegetation gone, than the entire state of Maryland.
Now, again, what they say is important. Notice what he calls out as being gone.
Vegetation.
Okay? All
Mhm.
right. Please also note that a lot of the things that happened in Texas was a loss of food sources, cattle. And look, y'all can call it conspiracy all you want. Call it conspiracy. I don't care. Call it that. However, what you can't tell me is that he's not saying what he's saying. Okay. All right. Here we go.
Square footage. The idea there's no such thing as climate change. I love that, man. I
Mhm.
love some of my Neanderthal friends who still think there's no climate
Oh,
change.
you got us there, buddy.
Oh, there is
Aw.
climate change, and you're the one changing it.
Yeah,
See,
they're controlling it.
yeah. So we get it. It makes sense.
Well, my administration is going to keep building on the progress we've made fighting climate crisis, and we're going to keep help folks rebuild themselves in the wake of these disasters. And we rebuild to the standards that are up to date standards and building.
Now, again, sorry to keep pausing, but the up to date standards mean what? What is they trying to push? What was AOC trying to push?
The Green New Deal.
Green New Deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you take out housings that have no intentions of going green, and then you put in this, oh, I'm coming in to help, and then you get housing back, but it's green, and say you had good water pressure before, and say you had the kind of stove you wanted, the kind of fridge you wanted, but all of a sudden now they change codes, so you can't have those things. I'm just saying. What's up, Ricky? Just saying. Just saying. Hey, Ricky, we're heading over to Rumble. We're already there, but we're going to be going over to Rumble when we tackle something else that we can't talk about here. So you should go over to the Rumble event happening right now. I'm gonna put the link in the chat here. Here we go. All right, now here's the best part of the whole conversation.
Codes and the rest, because if you fly over these areas that are burned to the ground, you'll see in the midst of 20 homes that are just totally destroyed, one home sitting there because it had the right roof on it. And
Wait,
anyway,
what?
Since I took off
Let's hear that again, shall we? Shall we hear it again? Let's hear that again. Okay.
building codes and the rest, because if you fly over these areas that are burned to the ground, you'll see in the midst of 20 homes that are just totally destroyed, one home sitting there because it had the right roof on it.
One more time.
Since I took office, FEMA's provided Texas in the midst of 20 homes that are just totally destroyed, one home sitting there because it had the right roof on it. And anyway,
You know how quickly he caught himself. And
anyway,
and anyway,
they tell you exactly what they're doing, man. They keep throwing out this climate change stuff, and it's already proven that they create a lot of the climate catastrophes in the world. They have machines like HARP. They have those airplanes that fly around with those lasers, that can burn up anything. So they know what they're doing. And we've said this many, many times before. All of this that's happening is to push the Green New Deal, to make everything green. Like Marlon said, we'll burn down all these houses, and then we'll come in and rebuild houses under the green standard. And he thinks we're dumb, man. These fools.
there you
What
go.
type of fire? There's no trees burned.
You see the blues.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The right roof.
Mm-hmm.
They always have the right roof on it. Hey, he's not lying. Now, the other thing I noticed that people say, well, what he meant was they had, they were built to code. Okay, let me let you know on something, Junior. Codes to prevent fires are not based on the kind of roof that you have.
Mm-hmm.
It's simply not. The type of roof you have does not secure your house from a fire in a disaster. Like at all, because it doesn't. The house will go up from the ground, up.
Yeah.
Okay, not. Anyway,
Not from
just what
above.
people should do. Yeah.
Unless an explosion happened, which caused
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is, when people look back at Maui and you look at Oprah and Jeff Bezos and all these multi-billionaire homes in the midst of this so-called wildfire, Derek Johnson, The Rock, how did the fire just skirt around their property? And then they said, oh, they had their own firefighters available to fight the fire off. But nothing was destroyed. And then if you look at the fire, how did the fire jump over a highway and continue to burn on the other side?
Now I've seen that happen because of wind and brush. If you leave a lot of debris in the forest and the drift over happens, I get that. But when you look at it, they're skipping not just roads, but they're skipping houses. Yeah, you skip houses and stuff like that. Don't make no sense, man. Like, okay, look, I understand that you guys have not had to work very hard to cover your stuff because the people have just been dumb. I get it. But there
Very
are more
true.
of us thinking now, and the old CG question, it don't work no more, man. Like you have you have to be a little more dedicated to your art anymore. You can't just willy-nilly hand stuff off to people and think we're gonna buy it. Okay. You can blame wind for carrying some debris over a road and starting the matches over there. Okay, good. Yeah. And then we're on Rumble, Anna. We're going to be heading over to Rumble here in a bit fully. And then you can't just tell me, oh, and where I can blatantly see a picture of an entire area where everything's gone except for one specific type of color code that doesn't get touched. You can't look. Fires are not, they're not that sensitive. Okay. You can't set a fire and say only touch the yellow marker. That's not how it goes. It's not how it goes.
Almost like they're trying to tell us that fires are just about as intelligent as viruses.
Yeah. Well, you know the virus. You know the virus. So we know how that worked. That was amazing. And it's real.
Very smart.
Okay,
Yeah.
YouTube. It is real. It is so real.
It is
And
real.
we do not
It's
denounce it
dangerous.
at all. It's dangerous.
And we just, as the Savage Patriots, we just want everyone to mask up
and be safe.
and be safe.
Yeah.
Boosters galore.
Get all the boosters you want.
Did you hear? Did you hear the fire truck just going in the background there?
Yeah.
That was a sign to stop lying, or your house might burn.
So look, we all know we all know how to prevent this. We just all need to paint our roof blue.
Blue, yeah. Paint them
Get out
blue.
there and paint them. Well, the HOA won't allow it. Forget the HOA. Nobody cares about them. Buy
Well,
blue clothing, paint your
yeah.
car blue, paint everything blue.
Hey,
you know.
The Blue Man Group was ahead of their time, apparently.
That's crazy. I was just thinking of the Blue Man Group. I was thinking of that song.
Wait, wouldn't that be racist if some of us painted our faces blue? Isn't that blueface?
Blue facing? Well, technically yes, because Blueface Baby is black, so
Ah,
Oh yeah,
can't win.
can't win.
But just like Jay said, everything they're doing, and if you just listen to these buffoons that we call politicians, these actors, they tell you exactly what they're going to do, man. They're telling you right in front of your face, but a lot of us don't hear it, you know. So start listening to what they're saying and dissect what they're saying. He messed up. He probably didn't mean to say it. He's just so dumb that it slipped out. And he just told you, like, the roof had the right roof. Well, what do you mean? What? Huh? What do you mean? What?
Ricky says, if they can call you and I coons, then we can call them those Negroes monkeys. I agree. I completely agree.
That's true.
100%. So what we're going to do here, because we need to talk about this strike, we'll come back to but there's also some hilarious stuff that Michael does not want to participate in, but I will willfully participate in because I have 5 kids and I laugh at them all the time. But the difference with me is I'm very honest with my kids. If they suck at something, I'm gonna tell them. So if you head over to our Rumble right now, you'll be in for a treat of hilarity before we continue with our strike. At least to me, it's funny. Michael said he will not smile nor laugh. That's what he said because he's a good guy. All right, but if he blacks his screen out, I'm going to assume that he's laughing. Okay. So
I'm always laughing though.
We're gonna take off. We're gonna take off my Tell It Like It Is. Take off my YouTube page, my Facebook page, and take off the